plan to get up early, leave South Dakota into Wyoming, which took a while. Here we are on the border at lunch. Then we went down into Colorado and Denver and up into the Front Range, stopping for a Walmart, and then all the way up into the Rockies.
Elevation 11,000.
We went through the Eisenhower Tunnel, which was really interesting and really long. I wasn't really prepared for that.
There's a chairlift off on the left.
Yeah, this is maybe a Arapahoe Basin ski area. I don't know. There's been lots of chairlifts, but you've been.
I've been babying.
Nothing. Everything keeps looking like it's going downhill.
We stopped for dinner and found out our power steering had gone out, so we sent the kids and the baby to get us some McDonald's from the nearby McDonald's that we had planned to stop at. Dave decided that it was okay to continue after some review, so we continued on to our campsite at Redstone National Forest Campground. We arrived late on the day we arrived, which I guess was a Thursday, so we had a fairly slow morning, getting ready, having breakfast, deciding how and what we were going to do with our day. We had predicted thunderstorms both afternoons of the day we were going to be there, and we wanted to do something, but we weren't quite sure what. So we explored our campground to start with, and then we went for a drive. We were close to the town of Redstone, which we drove through to begin with, and then we went up to the town called Marble, which has apparently very high quality marble quarry. We also went up to the nearby pass just to look around. Then we came back into camp because, as you can see, the clouds were building and we looked like we were going to be getting some heavy thunder showers. So we took our laundry and we went into town, and the kids actually did their own laundry at a laundromat. Well, Dave and I went to the nearby resale store, looked at a happy baby, and went to the hardware store to pick up some things that we had lost along the way. When we were done, Dave and I went in to look at the coke ovens that were right across the street from Redstone, which we thought were a lot more interesting than the town. The kids went to town, which they thought was a lot more interesting than the coke ovens. When Dave and I were done looking at the coke ovens, we went across the street and enjoyed a beer and some fries. The next day, Dave, Atticus, Dagny, and I went and explored an area just outside of Glenwood Springs. This was a jeep trail, and it was totally a jeep trail that headed up into the mountains and aspen forests. And it was absolutely beautiful and well maintained, and a really enjoyable drive. It doesn't look like it's well maintained, but like Dave said, it takes a lot to keep a place like this actually drivable in the climate that it is. So we went up about 2,000 or 3,000 feet in elevation. This is a viewpoint looking out over Glenwood Springs. We continued up for about another half again distance to an area called Windy Point that had a drop of about 2,000 feet of elevation into the canyon next to it. It's going to be difficult to see in these photos, but this was an extremely steep site that dropped very quickly down into the valley right below. We turned around in a narrow spot and headed back into the forest to have lunch. Atticus had brought his bike, so he was excited to get to go do some downhills since we were at the top and we were going to be headed back down. As we started to break through, you could see the valley again through the trees. It's obviously a fairly steep site. We had Addie with us for a little while again as we went down a ways, and then he rode the last little bit.
Got to use a little front brake too.
Camp was low key. We watched the movies, chilled out, got ready to leave and head to Goblin Valley.